Good evening and welcome to Sydney Parade on this blustery Thursday. The women's first at home, entertaining the Hills in this Premier League game, Division 1 game for the women.
Just try this door back here.
All right. Well, you join us at the start of the second over. That 4 you've just seen can be added to
Break that cable.
9 runs that came in the first over. A new setup here in the media centre tonight. The blustery conditions meaning that the gazebo hasn't made it outside. However, as you could see from your picture a minute ago, I'm stuck outside. It really is very, very windy here, unseasonably so. Another one played round to leg from Orla Prendergast. And it just makes it to the boundary. Another 4, and the score is rattling along here now. Thank you.
Okay, I'm not putting the desk back up there.
Plenty of games on today. Pembroke have moved on to, according to the live scoring, 17 without loss. Isabel Jennings opening with Orla Prendergast. This one goes down the leg side. It'll be signalled wide, and it's going to go for 5 wides, and the score really rattling along from Pembroke. This is the first time, of course, this season that Pembroke women have batted first. No, they don't. Flag is really fluttering today. Another one down the leg side. This time takes enough of the keeper to go to fielder on the 45 inside the ring. Amy Maguire it is from the St John's end. Nice shot, well fielded by the bowler. And another one slits down leg, and another one disappears down towards and reaches the rope, and it's another 4. Pembroke really are firing on all cylinders right now. Having quite a good season herself, playing super cricket. This one's gone high. There is a fielder near it. It doesn't get to it. And was it a chance? Well, it was, but it was a very difficult one. It would have been coming over her shoulder, having to run out towards the boundary, towards us in fact. But it was up there. Well, longer than the Wright brothers. And just like them, it returned to earth. So with 2 overs gone now, score's a lot different to that anyway. 29 for none off 2. Well, it's a blistering start from the Pembroke pair, specifically Orla Prendergast. But Isabel Jennings providing fine support. Running really well. They get through for another 2. Score goes on to 31. Perfect, thank you. The only trouble is that's between me and that. No, going for a new setup today. Most of the equipment remains in the shed. He wouldn't let me be in the shed though. This one is hit down towards the Wheelfield Road gate with a firm bat. You might just turn me down a little bit there. Another one that's fetched back. A little super shot through the onside. I don't know if you're getting any idea of just how windy it is here. Certainly through the Dougals are ground mics. Trees all along Cyril's Way, definitely pointing seawards. And we also have a bit of sun at the moment, which is nice. This one just dropped down to third. Takes the single, rotates the strike. Willa Prendergast here in the third over has already reached 22. This one missed by Jennings, missed by the keeper, and missed by the fielder, and it runs away for 4. 4 byes. Score moves on to 38, and Pembroke threatening to put this game beyond the hills early doors. Big dark clouds surrounding the oasis that is Sydney Parade. A few words being shared between the bats. Yeah, and I'll tell you why. Last time I held the... Three overs gone now, score's moved on to 38. It's a very good run rate, in excess of 14. This one gets cut away on the offside, and that's a beautiful boundary. Jennings with a little bit of anything you can do, I can do just as well. She moves on to 4 off 4. Score moves on to 42. No. If you move the camera, it'll be in shot, but let's see how we go with that first. Do you know, oh no, can't do that either. I said I thought I might stay on this side, but I can't do that because I'll be across you then. Jane Maguire it is. She opened the bowling earlier on. She finishes her second over. She has figures of 0 for 18. Isabel Jennings, 4 off 4. Orla Prendergast, 23 off something with a teen at the end. 13, tells my producer.
Not for you, actually.
No, it's for the camera.
But
Do you want me to move the gazebo as well? Niall now looking like he's on the bridge of a ship, looking through the front window of the scorebox. We're getting closer to being a studio, though.
that work there. Can you make it work there? It's upside down. Twist it around so it faces.
Well, the rarest of things in this innings, we see a dot ball. Big appeal. Umpire decides not to entertain it. You want to tell them all, or shall I tell them all? Well, we're just broadcasting a game, but at the moment, you are the star.
I was only thinking about the Google.
That's the only camera we have. One does wonder how long it will be before the rain arrives. In the meantime, Pembroke heading off on their merry way again. This one is pulled up inside the rope. Just the two, but a very nice 2-2. I think the best that this game can hope for, really, is
No, you can't.
DRS. Did you see Mr. Duckworth passed away during the week? Mr. Duckworth of Duckworth Lewis Steen, as it is now. He was an MBE. He compiled a table and got an MBE.
I got a free chevron as well. Comes with a free chevron.
Danny?
Yeah, I bought it with a brand new boat. Are you far away? You far away? Ah, look at that. My country's better than ours. Hey. Yeah, no, it's fine.
Hill's making some changes to the field. You'd almost think they were playing for rain at this stage. It's coming. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think you want to give me the metal things and the tarpaulin on the outside for you. The other option is to put the gazebo up in front of the club, in front of the
JT.
opening.
Yeah. You got the. I only had the bag of balls. I'm not doing much time talking about that. I didn't carry it from the chain. Put it in my car in your bag.
Nick! Nick! Nick!
Go.
Nick!
I'm going with a Ryan Macbeth. Are you? Perfect. Jack Stowe.
Yeah.
Did he need something? One bag. Hey! Oh, did you say that, Paul? What? Jack had Mully's dogger. Hey! Who has my dogger? Why are you looking at me? It says Mully on it. That's top class. There we go, one item. One back. Where's my dog? Someone's next to my dog. I bet he was in there, dog. Are you alright? Team effort.
We'll take that.
Where's Frank? Do you know where the big dog was? Jack Texter's bag. You actually steal it? No. You scummer. Back. Ready to score a ton of that rating. This Sunday. What? No. Straight into it. No messing around. Next month galore. When was the last bit of cricket you played? I haven't had a cricket ball since. Yeah, which is actually better.
Well, this is the most unusual broadcast we've had to date, but I hope somebody's watching. 18 people watching us struggle with the idea it's going to lash with rain in a minute.
7. Of just muscle.
Oh, I would.
Do you have any body fat on you compared to what you had?
First the netting. There's the inside of the studio at the moment.
Jack, you focus on your batting there, will you? Instead of stealing some people's stuff.
No. But it's, yep. That's Dale working out just in front of the rope.
Snap tag. Good leave, JT.
Yes. That's my microphone there.
Tomorrow's lovely.
I hope you can hear me anyway.
What's on tomorrow?
Well, back to the game.
It's 10 on tonight now. Yeah.
How many overs gone there now? Out square on the leg side, but there is a fielder there. But there could be an overthrow as well. Orla Prendergast not quite alert on that occasion, talking to the umpire. Isabel Jennings, she was alert, she kept her eye on the ball. This one wide of the off stump. Signalled as such by umpire Dockrell. Another one on the leg side, this one a bit further down the ground. Nicely fielded. 50 has come up for Pembroke at this stage, so they now move on to 51. Noble is the bowler. Elise Noble comes into the attack. Halfway through her over now. Derek Dockrell drops a cap. Needless to say, I'm not giving you the Prendergast today. There'll be no shorts today. It'll be, if anything, puffer everything. Hit in the air, past the fielder, straight down the ground. A beautiful shot. Shot of the day so far. 4 runs. Lovely shot from Isabel Jennings. First drops of rain coming down now. This one cut away, bounces in front of the fielder. Behind point. That is the end of the over, and I'll be surprised if we get one more over in. Yeah. Yeah, but this is up there with those ones. There's no doubting that. 56 without loss now. It's the sort of wind that if you were at a football match and this was blowing, it would ruin the game as a spectacle. If you're playing rugby, would you play with the wind or again it? Lovely shot in the outside this time. It's going to go behind square. The boundary rider's not going to get there. She thought of the dive and thought better of it, and I don't blame her. And it runs away for 4. Prendergast on the march again. Well, the only thing that's keeping the players on the field at the moment is the breeze. This well, wind, gale is keeping the clouds moving quickly, and we're only just getting a few drops now. Sun's still trying to shine through a gap. There's as much chance of finding that as I do of a winning lottery ticket. Prendergast again plays that on drive she enjoys so much. Nice bit of fielding. Went straight past the bowler at the stumps. Another 2 runs to Pembroke. 60 on the board now. Lara McBride has done a good job for her side so far this season. Lovely article on the Cricket Leinster website today, previewing tonight's games. And at the moment, Pembroke very much on top. Wide signalled. It's raining, but it's not raining. As I say, that's rain that's being carried from miles away. That's a foretaste of what's to come. Do you want to do the gazebo now? The only trouble is with this wind. Yeah. Do you want to do the gazebo? Paddy Morris seems to have found a yard or 2 of pace. More deliberately, the fielder went for Prendergast's end. It shows she is the prize wicket at the moment. So the meeting's on tonight. Seven overs gone. 68 on the board.
I'm sure I was going to put that straight out.
Yeah,
That's the windiest I think it's been, and we had a ridiculous day already this year.
It's the gusting that is the worry. If it's a consistent wind, you wouldn't mind. You can cope with that. Prendergast staying on the back foot that time. How's it designed? Oh, that's a beautiful shot. That's just timing. It will be fielded in the outfield. And a good piece of fielding too. But that shot, she just leaned into it. Just let the ball come onto the bat. Used the pace of the bowler, and it shot away.
So if you really want to sit there.
Look, we're here at the moment.
Together it's nothing.
Yeah.
Literally.
Just commentate off the TV. Yeah.
Well, I shut the hatch. The camera doesn't see either.
Another shot out on the leg side, this time by Isabel. Again, neat fielding on the boundary. Keeps it to a single. Evening, James.
Is that low or here?
Oh, well, I don't see any of that at the moment.
I thought I saw it from there, 'cause I heard the sound somewhere about it.
I wonder if James is still sunning himself in Ibiza. Well, this time they are going to take two. They're taking on the fielder. It was beautifully placed. Equidistant between two fielders out on the boundary on the leg side, and even not hit far enough out to get to the boundary. So not only did they have ground laterally to cover, they also had to come in a good 10-15 yards. Oh, well, Paula Prendergast missing that last full toss, it crashing into her thigh. I was waiting for an appeal. No, I'm grand, thanks. No, really, I'm grand. I'm still taking it easy after my fast yesterday. Ah, nice. See, it's at the end of the day. Oh, yeah. Sunil, you're on camera, mate.
You're off, Cap.
Well, that one beats everybody. It's going to be signalled a wide. They'll add two to the total, and it'll bring Prendergast back on strike. Well, as I say, the wind not consistent at all. T. O'Brien now. The Hills hoping that a change of bowling will be a change of luck. Dot ball. Very whippy action from T. O'Brien. Played down the ground for a single. The field changes again for Jennings. Third coming down on the basis of that beautiful shot she played earlier on. This one beats the keeper. They'll jog through. It will be an extra of some description, and by it is.
Do you know what we're doing, Kelly?
Ah. Answers my other question. Graham still enjoying the delights of France. Two of my co-commentators both enjoying sunnier climes.
That's not hard tonight.
Jennings with a nice off drive. Unfortunately, the fielder there. Hill's currently in 5th place in the Division 1. Pembroke, the leaders, unbeaten in 5. But in all 5 games, Pembroke have batted 2nd. Tonight they've been, I assume, inserted, as O'Brien just loses a run up there for a moment. Jennings plays one out on the leg side, a diving fielder. Just deflects it more than stops it. Well, there you go. Thank you for that. Pembroke won the toss and elected to bat.
These recorded to cricket.
Well, I don't think the scorers would put it in any other way. Just the one camera up tonight, the one that usually sits on top of the sight screen. It's been left down on health and safety grounds. Plus also, a few of our viewers may complain of mal de mer watching a bouncing camera. So we shall leave that one be for tonight and hope that the weather has blown itself out by the weekend. Oh, that's a lovely shot from Prendergast, but it's straight to the fielder, who has taken a fabulous catch. Down on one knee, hands slightly above her eye line, but she takes the catch. It was a lovely shot from Prendergast, but it just was short a yard or two of the fence. That's the disadvantage, I suppose, of playing on pitch 6. And those extra yards made a difference, and Prendergast is on her way. And the score now 79 for 1. It's the celebration anyway, replay of that. And that worth it alone. Well, that would put a bit of heart back into the Hills side. JJ?
Sorry. Actually, pretty much the pole. You're that side of the pole.
Yeah. Cricket club in R-rated shocker. Make the awards night good though, won't it? All right. Just for a moment, it's calmed down here. I can still see the flag. There we go. There goes the flag.
We all had to volunteer one day. Sorry.
You of all people.
I'm trying to find something. We all had to volunteer one day. Like carry a scoreboard or something. Oh, really? Yeah. For just one
Big
game,
appeals
like-
from the sidelines.
Yeah, one match.
Offside field. We're convinced there was a touch. Jennings wasn't.
What about you?
Ah, we've done worse. Yeah, it would have been freezing. It's always a couple of degrees less under the gazebo than it is out here. Oh, is my orange in there? No, my orange should be there. You keep your carbonated, caffeined, caramel burp maker. Nah. I drink my orange straight from the bottle. The water bottle that I diluted it in, of course. Lovely cut out on the offside. The boundary rider will come in and fetch it, but a nice single. Sarah Forbes it is. Wielding the willow to good effect. Thank you very much to those of you who have tuned in to this Division 1 women's clash between the leaders Pembroke and 5th place the Hills. Pembroke have got off to an absolute race of a start with the batting of Orla Prendergast. She made 40 odd. Here comes the driven rain again. I can feel a couple of drops. It would be remiss of me to be commentating today and not comment on the passing of the pinnacle, I suppose, of GAA broadcasting. And out of absolute respect, I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name, but you all know who I mean. Fascinating life he had. And some great commentary clips I'm sure most of you have seen on social media. But here, another wicket has fallen. Isabel Jennings pulling across the line to one that was, well, online. She departs bowled. Score now 81 for 2. It's like watching origami, watching you with that plastic at the moment. Yep. Just taking on the ball. Shauna Kavanagh is the new bat to the middle, with Pembroke now 81 for 2. Good evening to our regular viewers, of course. Kavanagh carves one, just out to point. It's the end of the over. 11 overs have passed. The breeze is starting to pick up again. And it's got that feel of moisture in it. It's the air being pushed ahead of a rain shower. As I say, I have no idea how it sounds to you through our ground mics. It looks like it's going to be one of those evenings where one team gets to bat and the other one doesn't. Nice shot. Forbes driving it down the ground. She's been in great form for Pembroke and for her Super 3 team. One of the leading wicket takers. Kavanagh looking to get onto that front knee. Sweep slogger on. Those balls going down the leg side. Nice bit of fielding in the covers. Neat work. Can't prevent the single though. Much more sedate pace now. I wonder if any other games are being played at the moment. Our producer director is going to try and find out for us. This one again hit but down the ground. Possibility of overthrows is turned down. 66 for 3 off 11. Runner ball. Well, that looks like rain has interfered already and is going to interfere some more in Malahide. 82 for 7 Leinster are against Balbriggan. More runs for Pembroke. Another 4. 8 off the over. You'll see here now on the worm in front of you just what a cracking start Pembroke got off to. And since then have lost a couple of wickets in a couple of overs, as is off the way. But it looks like they're on their way again. 8 coming off that last over. All Prendergast's 42 coming off 31. And Isabel Jennings, who provided her with such good support, 16 from 32. Sarah Forbes and Shauna Kavanagh, the not out bats. And now we'll watch T. O'Brien again into her 3rd over. Well, Forbes onto that very quickly. Takes a single. summer sport, yeah? Kavanagh playing one into the covers area where the fielder takes it off the first hop, turns it to the bowler. Yeah. 13th over this one. Well, the Hills are doing a good job of trying to fight their way back into this game. Although with just the 2 wickets down and 7 overs to go, you could see Pembroke looking to take on the bowling. That's certainly the case here. Played round on the leg side for the single.
Joe, where's your bag? Joe? 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 Which one's your bag? Yeah. Molly, that's my slinger.
Played away on the leg side. Forbes again. This time they'll take 2. Good arm on the boundary. Why she's stationed out there, of course.
I'll be quick, Craig.
He's not on.
Wasn't a million miles away. Where's the decent hit? Ooh, my bag. Boy, yes.
Comes foot down the track to take her on the full, plays it out onto the leg side. Just another single. Boundary rider out there doing a fabulous job. It's the end of the over. Score is now 94 for 2. 13 gone, 6 to go.
They've got to be officially giving up on any three picking.
Quite right too.
So the first time I went out to do it was raining again.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll wait.
I'm amazed we've got this far, actually. Again, it just goes to show what a microclimate Sydney Parade has. A wise decision. No, that's Niall bringing in the cabling that's usually required for the camera on the side screen. As I explained earlier, the wind here at the moment just making it ridiculous. The picture.
It was the only camera.
Yeah, I think they're better off with this one though. Just from a
Oh, from
everything point of view.
wind, rain, all that.
Yep.
But I want this one. But yeah, the fact I don't have my seat shows this was not planned.
Yep. Otherwise you'd have a little well, you could put the stool up.
Still get bounced. That's what I'm saying.
Well, triple figures approaching rapidly for the Pembroke women. Oh, but this one gets under Kavanagh's bat. And she departs. 98 for 3 now. Goes for 7 runs. Just as a partnership was coming together. Just not enough room. And departs disappointed. But she'll have a chance to get that back. We'll see Shauna playing for the Scorchers against the Typhoons on Sunday morning in Oak Hill. Lovely ground and great for commentary because you're up on top of the hill.
Going to be great for second half inside.
Yeah. Much smaller gantry structure.
You walk past Craig.
Therefore, I think. Anyway, do I look like a car park attendant?
I have. Pay me the money.
Robin Lewis, the new bat. Once I can actually get to see the screen without being on the screen. As we reach the end of the over, Pembroke still have now reached 100. Yeah.
There wasn't much planning.
No, but it seems to have worked quite well actually.
There've been thoughts about what might have to happen sometimes, so there was bits of that in my head as we
Yeah.
went, Jesus Christ, it's raining again. Oh my God, what's happening?
It's amazing how this rain isn't falling on us. Tree at the far end really giving it some billy-o now.
Wind pressure.
Look at that tree on the right-hand side of your screen now. There's some reflection of just how breezy it is. In fact, all of them reflecting just what gusts we're seeing. Trying to cut that one down to third. It wasn't to be.
Spin, please. You just don't want to face Dave, No, I like to start with spin.
Oh, yes. I saw that. Drag, yeah. Hit straight down the ground, gets past the fielder, it's going to run away for 4. Sarah Forbes really does favour playing in the V. The 2 recent recruits to the club, really firming up the middle order. One played down towards third. Fielder gets to it, but can't prevent the single. At the end of Amy Maguire's third over. Score now 105 for 3. Could I ask my director if I could see the worm for a moment, please?
Do the sticker face right in front of the concrete.
It's going that way. As you can see, things have steadied up on the Pembroke ship after the, well, quite amazing start. 45 off just the first 3 overs. However, hard to maintain that sort of intensity. And a couple of wickets also have pegged Pembroke back. But now, Forbes and Lewis looking to put together a partnership and close this innings out with a few more runs for Pembroke to defend in the second innings. Oh, unlucky for the Hills. Throw, direct hit would have had her. Even a deflection onto may have done the job. Hit back down the ground, and that's going to run away to the boundary. That's not going to be caught. 4 more to the Pembroke total. 6 off the over thus far, as Laura McBride comes towards the end of her spell. This time, boundary rider fetches that one back from Cyril's way. Side of the ground. Another single for Forbes. Another over slips by, 7 from it. Overs. 4 to go then. And Forbes starts with a big shot on the leg side and another safe pair of hands. Another fabulous catch out the boundary and another departure of a big hitter for Pembroke. Sarah Forbes departs. 21 off 22 balls. It's just the overs part that I can't read over there. Blue on blue. Fine shot again, but again just falling a few yards short and allowing the fielder to take what was a very good catch. It was a very good catch. Oh, sorry. 1-1-2 for 3 then, as the Hills continue to peg Pembroke back. So with a wicket from the first ball of the over. Sees Zoe Bell come to the middle. Maybe we can unplug that. We can unplug that now. There's enough charge. Well, the temperature isn't improving. I'm guessing that Ibiza and France are both seeing higher ones of those. Good call from Lewis. The throw just a bit astray. Prevents any run out. Shots put straight to the fielder, unfortunately, from a Pembroke point of view. Whereas that's a nice shot down the ground. It gets past the outstretched hand of the fielder and it runs all the way down to Con's nook. Lovely 4 runs. Lewis finding the middle of the bat on that occasion. Super shot, super runs. Unsurprisingly, not too much of a crowd here tonight in Sydney Braid. It is a chilly one for the end of June as well. Disappointing. Well, Sunday, on the other hand, lovely summer's day. Unfortunately, the way my weather app is at the moment, it looks like Saturday's first team game will be rain.
It depends which way the wind goes. That is it. That's definitely right there. That's definitely right. No, it depends bottom. I'll take it up, but you know. So shit, the head surface can't play.
Well, that's a fine, fine cut. It's running down towards the boundary. It's being chased. Maguire it is. And fetches it back. 2 more to Lewis, 2 more to the total. And a good over for Pembroke, despite a wicket falling off the first ball. 126 for 4 now, with still 3 overs to go. 3 overs. Even a runner ball will take them up past 140. Hills have done really well, and Pembroke set off. It was as if they had an overdue library book, and the library was about to close. However, they lost a couple of wickets in quick succession. Seen the scoring rate slow. What? Ah. If you will drink that stuff. For clarity's sake, Nala's knocked over a bottle of Coca-Cola inside. A cup of. Was it you tried to hold on? Ah. Ah. Well, there you have it. Off speed. Just dropped the pace on that one a bit, and therefore it was just dropped down to third. Lewis on 7 now. Zoe Bell off the mark. Zoe Bell, who as much as Andy Balburney and Breen O'Rourke before her, has basically grown up in Pembroke. Has been here every single summer of her life. Oh, that's tough. Direct hit, and she was definitely gone, but they get through. Just 2 from that over. Very good over from Jane Maguire. Her 3 overs have now cost 20 runs. As we come to the conclusion of these 20 overs, just 2 to go now. I, for one, will be making a beeline for the bar to make myself a hot cup of something. 6 bowlers used by the Hills tonight. As you see, that first wicket partnership, 79, it really is what this innings has been built upon. 32 extras, well, that's more than a side would want. But the Hills are a side that are growing together and getting better together and holding their own in Division 1 of the Leinster League. Full toss. Oh my goodness. Peter Prendergast is in shorts. Now he's also in a bobble hat, so there is a bit of both about that. Comes down the track, plays that one out towards the fielder from Consnook. And they'll get 2 more onto the total. And that's 130 up now. And another super catch in the ring this time. And that sees the end of Robin Lewis trying to take it over the fielder in the ring. Unable to on this occasion. She makes the long walk back to the pavilion. And just 9 balls remaining now.
I saw it happening in front of me. I tried to move the camera. I don't think I did a very good job of it, to you.
Yeah, not your finest work. Look at the flag now. I mean, it's practically being ripped from its moorings. See how it's pulling at the rope. 5 down now, 130 on the board, 9 balls remaining. Unless I'm very much mistaken, that is Eamon Mullen who's come in and starts with a single. This evening's almost got Bailey's coffee written all over it. And this one comes off the edge of the bat. They will come through for the single. Well run by Mullen. Well aware of the situation. Yeah. Full toss. Another one comes off the edge of the bat, and again they take the quick single. This one could go for overthrows, but Bell decides against it. And that's the end of the over, and we go into the last over with Pembroke on 133 for 5. Blown away. Yep. Yep. No, this works. Perhaps next time you'll let me be inside. Can now you've put the bench there. Well, that's well run by Zoe Bell. Last over running. Once the keeper missed it, she was in for the bye. Well, the field well in on the offside. Only 2 fielders outside, the 3 fielders outside the ring. Played past square leg. Boundary rider will get to it. And they'll only take 1 at the moment, and they'll stick with 1. Nice backing up too. Not quite the explosive last over Pembroke may have looked for. But still a good score to put up. Played away on the offside. There is a fielder who will stop that being anything more than a single. And now we're down to the final ball of the innings. Jane Maguire will finish out her 4 overs. Very good delivery to finish the innings, and there it is, 136 for 5 in 20 overs, and we'll see you for the second innings after Niall's showing you whatever Niall's going to show you, the cards.
Grab your button over here. Go 10 seconds. Stop. 10 seconds.
Welcome back to a breezy, blustery Sydney parade this evening, but rain-free. As you can see from the bottom of your screen,
170 for 6 off 19.4.
136 for 5 from their 20 overs for Pembroke. And they'll look to defend that against the Hills now. T. Dunn and L. McBride will open the batting for the Hills. And it will come as no surprise that it will be Orla Prendergast opening the bowling from the nursery end. I think there's a bit more rain coming down now. Do you want to grab that microphone? This one going past the edge of the bat, straight through to the keeper. Might look on the top of the phone, see if drops of rain now. Prendergast comes in. That's Paddy Morris. One taken in the ring, and here comes the rain. And I have a feeling it won't be very long before the umpires take the players from the field here. Hills on the board now. Inside edge, takes it down the leg side. They'll look for 2. They'll just take the 1 as it is.
Joe?
How much can you hear?
Everything. Look where you're standing.
You're standing next to the microphone. It's everything. Well, I don't envy the Pembroke girls are fielding out there at the moment. It's damp, it's cold, it's even a little bit dark, which considering the time of year it is, it certainly shouldn't be. Prendergast comes in, well defended, but it'll be a dot ball.
There's no fun to stop because when it's windy, it has to be actually really tight.
We'll just get one of those foam, sticky back foam things. Many thanks to the 15 of you who have your devices switched on for this game now, as Pembroke try and defend 136 in 20 overs. Short, it's in the air, it flies away, and the catch is taken eventually. Super catch, first wicket goes down. Framed perfectly by the camera. That couldn't have been arranged better by everybody concerned. And here is the replay. Actually had a bit of ground to make up. But it's in the air. And there it is. Taken at the last second. The first wicket falls in the first over. And it's 3 for 1 after 1 over. Saw Johnny Bell at the innings break, sporting one of the new Silver Fox caps. And very nice they are too.
Where'd catch it? Let me just hit your catches.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll get a ball. 2 got in there.
Have enough slack to let you out. If it springs back at me now. Bit of enthusiasm in the Pembroke field now, unsurprisingly, really. Shauna Kavanagh now from the St John's end. Oh, Sarah Forbes, of course, sorry. Very distinctive bowling style. No, I'll stick with my original guess. Shauna Kavanagh it is, opening the bowling. I think Pembroke looking to get through these first 5 overs to make this a game quite quickly. I think that's what the idea is. Wind picking up again now. You see the trees behind the bat. This one pushed into the ground. It'll be signalled wide. Well, to those people who have co-commentated or commentated here in the past, by golly, you chose a good day to miss it. But also a unique day. First day we've broadcast from the media centre. That's going to be signalled wide as well. Quite rightly too. Kavanagh, I think, just has too firm a grip on the ball. This one played away on the offside. I say the idea for Pembroke would be to get through the first 5 overs quite quickly, perhaps pick up a wicket or two, get to the stage whereby it does count as a game. Another wide. More and more of the senior squad going past the camera position. Oh, this one inside edged, back past the keeper. Venchika doing the fielding, doing a good job. This one pulled out into the leg side. Laney Martin can't do anything about it. It crashes into Cyril's way through the gap that shows just how square it was hit. And 4 runs onto the total. And this proving to be a very good over for the Hills. The one pulled in short, but this time pulled straight to the fielder in the ring. Again, short again, and again pulled out, but this time Laney Martin gets down to it, gets something behind it, and prevents a second. Kavanagh gets out of her over. And the Hills move on to 13 for 1 from the first 2 overs. Prendergast to take her second over. Dunn facing. She's on 8 from just 7 deliveries.
Do you have my hoodie here somewhere?
Prendergast, who made the breakthrough in her first over. Be looking for more of the same now.
Have you have a look? Yeah. It's working today. Okay. Okay.
Another dot ball.
Let's go, Pete!
This one comes off the edge of the bat and flies down to third. And the fielder just too fine for that one. No stopping that. And 4 more runs to the total. And the Hills getting away to a good start themselves.
So how happy are you? You haven't spent 80 games so far sat in here.
Well, if we spent that many games in here, I'm sure by that stage we'd have it boxed off and comfortable.
Replay button.
Here we go, Orla!
Orla Prendergast getting plenty of support from her teammates. Short ball from Prendergast. Signalled a wide, and quite right, it was over the top of her head. But that gives you the added bonus of showing the bowler just what you can do.
Make sure you like call him Dermot Burke.
Bruce!
I didn't call him that. No, I didn't hear you. He said it. He said it to me. You said it to me. No, I didn't. I heard you.
Bruce Whaley, who doesn't quite understand the concept of games and cameras.
It's behind you.
Oh.
Okay, Cash is okay. Okay, yeah.
The sound of ripping Velcro. Dale McDonough taking off his pads.
Don't let those pads get really wet.
This one gets past the keeper. This evening's game could end up getting the most views as people decide to tune in to hear what the first team were all talking about. But at the moment,
Listen to Dale taking off his pads.
oh, the sound of ripping Velcro.
Brewster, get me in here.
Do you want to let her in? You coming in? It's much warmer than out there, and you can still see. Through to the keeper. Kimberly McDonald now on at the St John's end. Change of pace. She's had a very good season.
Right here to try and keep the pitch.
This one in the air, but it's through a gap, and it runs away. The fielder out there will keep it just to a single. Nice shot though.
Nice, love it.
Positive intent.
Joining the club.
Manda,
They're at the good end.
Rob.
They're at the good end. They can.
We will try and clear your screen as soon as possible. Amanda, you're on camera and you're on microphone. This is why I turn them down.
Oh yeah, but the two ahead at this point don't deserve it.
No, if anybody should know.
Oh, Dale.
Played away on the offside. The fielder, it gets through them, and it's going to run away down to the boundary. It will be picked up inside. Good hustling by the Pembroke fielders. Nobody giving up on it.
Yeah. You got your hair.
Dale, you have to make them go on camera now. I don't care. Oh, sure, we've seen that mess.
Discussion you might be able to hear on the ground mics this evening is all to do with hairdressing. The sort of thing I know that most of you tune in for. Helpful hints from Danny Hogan's hairdresser. I know I'm a fine one to talk over the years. The amount of sun-in, lemon juice and hair dye that went through my hair, it's amazing I have any left. The foolishness of youth. End of another over. 4 gone now. We're just 1 away from a complete game. Still
Sure?
the required rate. Oh, yeah, I am.
It's not a 10 over minimum?
I think it's 5 overs.
I think.
God, we're going to have to look up regulations again now. Here we go.
I'll do that for you.
Done and Noble. Doing well for the Hills now. Going along. Better than a runner ball. Very Nickel has come on to bowl at the nursery end now. It's all changed for Pembroke. All the Prendergast, just the 2 overs, has taken the 1 wicket to fall so far. And now Very Nickel will look to make a breakthrough as a balloon makes its way serenely across the ground. Nobody intercepting it, nobody spoiling its fun. One wonders how far it will get. Accelerating now as it reaches the clubhouse. Ball goes to the opposite side of the field. And now I've lost sight of the balloon.
You are correct. It is a 5 over minimum for this one. Some of them are 10.
Yeah, not this one, though. Now the question is what the DLS equation will be. Niles off again. Mouse clicking furiously.
I was putting things back, but I can also.
Weather still very blustery outside. That was off screen. Just. No.
You'll probably be below it.
No.
We'll tell you.
No, sit there. Good length ball from Nickel. Just chipped into the leg side this time. They go for the quick single. Throw in, well, 136 is what goes in there. One wicket down and 5 overs. They
2 wickets down, 34. 3 wickets down, 40.
Well, that's not the case. Oh, that one's a bit high and it's tucked around the corner beautifully. That's an absolutely super shot from Dunn. The fielder getting to it, but she dealt with what was a horrible delivery exceptionally well. So they need 100 with 15 overs remaining. And at the end of the next over, if they still only lost 1 wicket,
I'm sure there was eye recognition.
it must be cold out there. Certainly warmer inside than it was outside in the first half. Kim Lee starts with 1 wide down the offside. Oh, nice shot down to third. It runs away. The fielder's not going to collect that from anything other than beyond the boundary. And 42 is the score, and the Hills very much ahead on DL now. It'll be them that don't mind if the umpires take the shelter of the pavilion. It's amazing the conditions we play cricket under sometimes. Required rate starting to come down now for the Hills. But that isn't going to help their cause at all. It's Noble, Elise Noble, who departs. She had 12 from just 14 deliveries. And now she departs. And Kimberly McDonald, well, that was a super delivery. Super ball. And here it is on replay. Just our 1 camera set up today due to the weather conditions. But it still doesn't stop us bringing you lovely shots like that. Top of off, as per coach's instructions. And the Hills now find themselves 42 for 2. And the loss of that second wicket does make a difference as far as DL is concerned, but they're still ahead of where they need to be at the end of this over. I don't know if the scoreboard is showing them DL at the moment, because we can't see it from our seats here.
I'm not going out to find out.
No, I'm not going out to find out either.
was also thinking your comment on the cold makes me think you were happy I suggested you come in here.
Oh, I was very happy. Very happy to be inside here. It's far warmer in here than it is out there.
And yet
As
you
long as you-
happily just sat out there until I said something.
Yeah, I thought I'd be in the way in here. There's so many wires and I am such a two-footed klutz that I'm bound to trip over something that I'm not meant to and break something. That one comes off the edge of the bat. Just be a single. As I say, the Hills doing a good job at the moment. They're ahead on DL, even with the loss of 2 wickets.
I'm sure you also see the problem with this seat very quickly.
Oh, it's a wobbly seat. There's no steadiness to it at all.
And there's no back. And if you pushed it
No.
back so you use the wall as a back, sure, you can't even see the pitch
No,
anymore.
then
Half the
it's too
pitch
far away.
anymore.
No, it's very much one that's going to exercise the muscles, that's for sure. In fact, what I should do is use one of those or that there. It's easier for me than you.
Well, it is. Yeah, no, it's me. Here, sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. It's like, yeah, you see, you're on the. You've just moved the camera.
Face it when he's right. More runs. 44 for 2, 45 for 2.
The screen's wobbling away.
Yes.
Am I shaking this?
Dot ball. Just played out on the leg side. Oh, bit of an echo in here now. When I stand up behind that.
Yeah.
Re-
The other problem with commentating it here.
Rivarbo. Well, let's hope we're not doing it for off and all for long.
You'd rather be cold.
Well, I think we're going to have to set up a GoFundMe page to upgrade this building. Yes, we've left them quiet. And they're staying quite quiet, so that works out all round, really. Oh, there we go. The contrast in the two of them. One of them wraps up as warm as I am. And the other, well, Irish skipper Laura Delaney. She's gone with shorts this evening. Wouldn't have been my choice. But there you have it.
Are you feeling any warmer yet?
Oh, much warmer. I've undone the coats. And I use the plural. So far tonight I have on a polo, a hoodie, a gilet, and a big FO coat. Sarah Forbes now on at the nursery end. She's taken a lot of wickets this year. Oh, that one's a bit over pitch, shall we say, to be polite. The umpires might confer on that one. The gusty wind has suddenly picked up again and is blowing in. And if that's the case, then Pembroke needs to take a wicket or two. Sarah Forbes could be the person to do it. Required run rate getting lower and lower at the moment. The Hills doing a super job at the top of the order. There's an appeal, but the umpire was on the move straight away. He had no clue. Sorry. He had no decision to make, really, would be the statement there. No clue what they were appealing for was what I attempted to stay. Come in.
Yeah, you can see, even at that,
Yep.
it's like,
It's still pulling. You do believe in testing bungees, don't you, to their utmost?
it's not live testing that, it's utmost.
That one's played nicely away, clipped off the pads. They look for two and decide against it at the last moment because that throw came in like a bullet from the boundary and straight to the stumps. Super bit of work.
The thing I trust least is that shelf bungees and straps all around it that are holding everything,
Yeah,
waiting for the whole thing to just
there's no weight on
drop
it.
off the wall.
There's no weight on it. We just need to get some more brackets, better brackets.
It's all right, actually. Yeah, there is some weighting, just not much, and it's.
Yeah, it's steady enough. And once it's pulling down and not out.
You can see I did it, but I was wondering as I was doing it.
Yeah. Forbes continues. This one played, attempted down to third. Not to be on this occasion. Jay Maguire it is who's joined Dunn. 53 for 2 at the end of 7 overs. And at the end of 7 overs, the DL equivalent 45. So not only are they ahead of this over, they're ahead of the next over.
Well, there we go.
Yep.
So 1 for 1 off the over to get us tied.
Well, more and more first team players forgetting about the camera, forgetting about the filming, even though we're down here covering every single one of their games. We're going to stand in front of the camera and chat.
You're okay. They're not. Paul, Connor. Jade.
Are we having chats or what's the crack? No, we're good. Right. Everyone try and say.
Not big quick, but they're getting there. They're getting there.
There's no point saying anything at this stage. We'll just let them work their way through. Even McDarrett. Great to see Sonal Gupta at nets tonight. Hopefully now Trinity are no longer involved in the T20. We might see him turning out in Pembroke colours again. A bit more competition for the first team squad. And here we go again.
I feel like going out there and getting Dale's keep off the grass sides.
I'm going to get some Garda crime scene tape. Wide signalled. Very nickel now on at the St John's end. So this game is sort of petering away, really, isn't it? Same with the viewing figures. It's not one to drag the viewers in, one has to say. 2 hours now we've been broadcasting. That one through to the keeper. Now, and because you're so close to it, when you think you're putting your finger in a little bit, it came in that much.
It's huge.
Today's 7-year-old is brought to you by Dunlop. Amanda. 2 safe runs for the Hills. They move on to 60. Do you want my coat? Well, that was when we were inside you were talking. We're now outside. You're outside. And I'm wondering if you wanted the coat. We do, don't we?
We're not that cozy, but it's good enough.
This one goes down the leg side, evades the keeper, Isabel Jennings. Kim Lee does the fielding, and it's signalled as byes. And that's the end of 8 overs, 12 overs to go. Pembroke do sit on top of the Premier League at the moment. Unbeaten in 5 games. But in all 5 games, they'd been set targets and chased them down. On this occasion, they were asked to set a target, and I think it may have been...
I turned off the mic, so I can still do this though.
It's all right. She'll just wait until you're going to spend the next hour down there. It's easier. Oh, that's a lovely shot out onto the leg side, but unlike the Pembroke girls who perish that way, this one drops inside the fielder's range, and it's a single. Oh, that one's on the full. Brought down with a tennis shot. Signalled as a no ball, and this will now be a free hit. Sarah Forbes having a bit of difficulty with her control this evening. Lovely shot off the free hit, but it will just bring forth the single.
Oh, sorry. What?
Oh, just evading Sarah Forbes' grasp there. Straight back on her very quickly, and it runs away for 4 as well. Injury, salt, wound. Put words together. Here it is again, and you'll see. Hit straight back at her. I think it may have just caught the end of her fingers. Her fingers seem to have that look of springing.
Thank you.
Forbes in again. Much better delivery. This occasion, Maguire decides to keep it out. And you get the feeling Pembroke need another wicket or 2 to get back into this game. This one played straight down the ground again by Maguire. Robin Lewis will do the fielding. And just while Niall has the page out, Marion managed to put up 151 and Clontarf for 44 for 1 in 7 overs in the 8th over. This one's too short, it's pulled out on the leg side. All Prendergast will do the fielding and keep it to a single. Malahide scored 119 in their 15 overs, and Phoenix are 30 for 2 in 6. Balbriggan 68 for 2 in pursuit of Leinster's 102. Now, do you know what? Balbriggan could win that one. Claudia Green and Tess Moritz in for them at the moment. They'd look to see them home. Score here now after 9, 72 for 2. Still well ahead on DL, the Hills. As the weather remains blustery. The clouds are travelling at a fair old lick tonight. Going to go and rain on Manchester. Yeah. Prendergast back on now from the St John's end as Pembroke look to break this partnership. $72 for 2. Hills over halfway there now. And they just need to run a ball from here on in. Nicely played into the leg side. Dunn will just take the one though. As I say, that's all they need. Take their singles here and there. Boundaries will come. I don't blame you. You look like you should go to home and... No, you should be looking at him when you say that.
Don't think this is going to work.
Ah. Noel takes his leave from the box. Just as a cyclist does enough to remind us all that the Tour de France starts this Saturday. Ireland play South Africa on this Saturday. Our first 11 play Merion on Saturday. Qualifying for the Austrian Red Bull win in Formula One is on Saturday. So whatever your sporting choices, you're probably covered on Saturday. We hope it's with us, whether in person on the ground at Sydney Parade or joining us online on Pembroke Cricket Live. Just while he's not here, I'd like to congratulate Niall on tonight's setup. One where the wind was so extreme, the idea of putting the gazebo up was laughable, to be honest. So here we are inside the old scorer's box. Here with our usual monitors and computers, a somewhat different layout. Just the one camera tonight, it's the straight one not being used due to the windy conditions. As I said earlier, don't particularly want to cause any of our viewers a mal de mer. Dunn having a super knock tonight. Very nickel now from the nursery end. Oh, Zoe Bell has come on. This one drifts onto the pads and is played round. Very nickel it is who does the fielding. Sound of the wind through the trees. Oh, just past the outstretched hand of the fielder in the ring, and it goes away for 4. Well, it was a better ball than that. But Dunn was very quick to come down the track and take Bell on the full. Powered her out for a neat 4. That keeps the Hills just requiring a runner ball at the moment. Well, it might be somewhat of an upset if the Hills do take... Oh! Pembroke on tonight. But Zoe Bell has just produced an absolute peach of a delivery. Did her on length. She played over the top of it. It crashed into her stumps. And that makes a big difference, not only to the score, but to the outcome of this game. Third wicket goes down. The score is 80. They still need the Hills 57 in 9.5 overs, or 57 deliveries. That, of course, will change to 56 now, with the registration of that wicket falling. And well done's there, though. The Hills will feel that they're ahead in the game. And they're well ahead on DL. Live score not quite caught up to live action yet. There it is now. A very good length again. This time Dunn calls through for the bye. Bye signals. Goes full again, but this time too full. It's powered away down the leg side. And that's a boundary. Gets a round of applause from the sidelines. Adds 4 to the total. And after 11 overs, the Hills are 85 for 3. And Bell has made the breakthrough. Can Pembroke now burst through? Kimlee McDonald will continue now. And you see just how tight this game is with the worm. Kimlee McDonald, of course, took that wonderful wicket earlier in the innings. Amy Maguire it is, who's joined Talaria Dunn. Kimlee now in, good length. Finally a dot ball, and that's what you get. That's where you get your reward. good, accurate bowling. And when there were overthrows, it was a misfield in the first place. And when the throw came in, it was a little bit loose. And it leads to 2 overthrows, 3 coming from the 1 delivery. And that's well run by the Hills. That's alert cricket. Don back on strike. This one's up in the air. There's a fielder underneath it. She takes it. It's all a Prendergast. And that's the end of Dunn. And that's a big wicket for Pembroke.
Did she do it in front of the camera for us?
She did. And that's a 4th wicket down. And as I say, that does make a difference when it comes to DL. At the end of this over now, DL would be 79. They're still well ahead on DL. But this is getting closer and closer. Just overreaching for that one. And it went up in the air. And as soon as it did, well, you only had to see it was going to be all a Prendergast, and you'd have been very surprised if she'd put that down. She didn't. 88 for 3. And perhaps this game is taking another twist and another turn. The dangerous Dunn is back in the pavilion. No doubt after 20 minutes or so, might warm up again.
Is that wind getting stronger again?
It did,
Seemed like
yes. Yes. Very definitely so. Kim Donald with her 2nd wicket of the evening. That one just sliding down the leg side.
Nope.
No, you can, because I'm on the front of it, so it will twist.
No, it's not going to work.
No.
No, there's no comfort there.
Kim Lee again down the leg side. Dockrell again with the signal. Total going creeping up. Just 49 required now. And guess what? It's still at a runner ball. That's the 3rd time we've seen that be a runner ball.
That's closer. See, I'm only watching it on that anyway.
Rebecca Goff is the new bat. And she's played that one away from the keeper's outstretched mitt. Robin Lewis will do the fielding down by O'Rourke's gate. And that is now 12 overs gone, 8 to go, and 47 runs required. And the Hills, slight favourites still, I think. Turn up the ground ball again now. Not that a lot's being said out in the middle at the moment. I think people concentrating on just staying warm. If you see Robin Lewis there next to the floodlight on your picture, I think she's trying to keep her fingers warm there. It's one of those ones where you see the ball coming to you, you know it's going to sting. Nicely played away. Umpire has his arm out. I think he's going to signal. Leg byes. Well, as I said earlier, the Hill started the day 5th in the table. Pembroke were the leaders and probably still will be after each even should they lose this game. The catch is taken. No signal from either umpire. They're happy enough. And the 5th wicket falls. And Amy Maguire is on her way. Well, they're off to such a good start. They really were in the box seat. Just a full toss. She even went down to take it. And all she could do was lift it out to the fielder. And that's the fall of the 5th wicket. Amy Maguire, she's gone for 3. Now 2 relatively new bats at the wicket. Getting windy again. I don't know if the ground mics are doing it justice, but I tell you, if you took those furs off, it would just, you'd be absolutely blown out of it. Simon, I suggest you shut your bathroom window. And Zoe Bell continues into her 2nd over. She now has 2 for 9. Another one, good length. Really getting the ball up there under the batsman's eyes. Oh, another one that's a bit full. This time, Goff, having seen what happened to a partner earlier. O'Riordan, rather. Having seen what happened to the departed bat. This one pulled down and just gets past the edge, and the bat just was left hanging out there. Live scoring appears to have caught up again. Well, more runs for the Hills. And with 7 overs to go, they now require a runner ball.
I think this is taking windiest stream ever title.
Yeah, I think you're right up there. Wind
We
really,
just don't know because we're sitting in here.
and it's gusting from different directions. It's now gusting from the north, then it flicks around to the west. It really doesn't know what it's doing. Lots of eddies and currents. This one in the air behind point, but it gets between fielders. Lewis down on the boundary. Can't stop them taking 2 more. See, there's not much in the way of rain, but by golly, those clouds are moving quickly. Yep.
Missed us.
Very Nickel into her 3rd over now. Half past 8 in the evening now. Won't be long before we can't play at this hour of the evening, so still 6.5 overs to go. Very Nickel finding the breeze a bit off-putting, I think. Never easy when it's coming across you. That's better from Nickel. Should be happier with that as well. No, just saying, it's just looking at the screen and seeing what the required run rate is again. And that's going to change it because that's going all the way for 4. And that's a nice shot from Goff. This one pushed across the bat. Goes for a wide. Played nicely away on the leg side. Shauna Cavender does the fielding. She'll make sure it's just a single, and she does. One ball to come in the over. And again, each time the Hills find even a little partnership, the target's so small now that it feels like they're taking big steps towards knocking over the league leaders. That's a gentle inquiry from the bowler. And a gentle refusal from the umpire. End of the over. 104 for 5 after 14. So after 15, they'd need to be 99, and they are already 104. And there are the worms really intertwined. But these two putting together a partnership now that's just taking them a little bit ahead of Pembroke.
My turn. Too slow.
Half an appeal from somebody on the field. Unsurprisingly, Zoe Bell getting another over. This one played away down to third. It's a beautiful touch. Deft touch almost. Kim Lee it is who does the fielding. And as always, Lainey Martin there to help complete the job. 106 for 5. That one nicely. That was even more defter. Is there defter? Deftiest?
Deft.
That's it. It's a shame. It was a nice touch anyway. Good length again from Bell. And she gets it right. It's very hard to get her away. This one played away on the offside. Then he thought of a single. It's turned down straight away by Goff. This one, Lainey Martin gets to. Kim Lee McDonald was backing her up though.
Are you an alcohol?
16 overs, 5 down, 105. So they're still ahead on DL.
Well ahead, because it's 99 now.
At the end of 15. Yep. Yeah. Well, that was my primary concern, trust me. Sarah Forbes back into the attack. This time from the St John's end. Well, that gets past everybody, including Isabel Jennings. It runs down towards the boundary, but Lainey Martin does a good job of chasing it down, and she'll keep it to just a couple of byes. But again, that run's required, dropping far too quickly from a Pembroke point of view, and not dropping quickly enough from the Hills. They'll be happy enough with the way it's going. Forbes getting that one past the edge of the bat. Flashing bat it was too. 1-1-1 for 5. Evening, Graham. Hit away nicely on the offside. It's being chased down by Prendergast, and she gets just before the rope. And she'll save a couple anyway. This one in the air, but it beats the ring and it's going to run away, and that's a lovely shot. Another one that appears to be pulled up just inside the boundary. They think of a third. And Goff says thanks but no thanks. Quite happy. Just take the 2, you can have the strike. Down to the business end of this game now. I've been amazed that they've got a full game in here. I felt sure that A, it wasn't going to get played, or B, it would be rain interrupted. But instead, the Hills are doing a super job on the flag's wrapped now as well, so it's trapped against the pole. There's no giving the rope even. It's just pulling the pole. You can see the pole on the third one is like a bow and arrow. No run taken from that one. So Bell into her 4th over now. 2 wickets so far. She'd love a third. Just played back to her. 1-1-6 for 5. Just 21 more required at. Well, blow me down, it's a runner ball. Oh. This one's too full. Comes off the top edge of the bat. They decide not to take a run. Much better length from Bell. Goff trying to get her away on the leg side. Wasn't to be. 1 ball left in this over. Oh Oh, and Laney's let it go past her, and it's gone for 4. Head in hands moment for Laney Martin. And that's a big blow for the Hills. They just need 17 from 3 overs now. What a difference that 4 might make. A shame. Bounced in front of her, spun, and just got away from her and past her and onto the fence, onto the covers. Which has done really well in this wind, to be honest. They've been well tucked up against the fence.
I think the wind's mostly been blowing that way.
Yeah.
It's the saving grace.
120 for 5 now. 3 overs to go. 17 required for victory. 5 wickets in hand. Sarah Forbes with ball in hand. And O'Riordan it is facing. Swings on that one round to the leg side. They go for the single. They will take the single. It gets past Laney Martin. They're taking the second and they get home for it. And that's very well run. 2 more. 15 required now. Nice shot from O'Riordan. Got to be feeling a bit of pressure here now. She's doing a super job. Forbes gets that one past the edge of the bat. Through to the keeper. Well, they take the single. And it becomes 2 because of the wide. And this is, they're doing exactly the right thing here now. Just picking the spaces, take the singles. Singles are more than enough. Mid on going back to the fence. Square leg coming up into the ring. Good stuff from Forbes. Dot ball. This one hit back in the air, and Forbes has taken the court and bowled, and Goff is on her way. Well, it took a full length stretch to get to it, but she did with both hands and took a super catch. And that's 6 down now.
Yeah? Wait, where are we going? Why? What time is it? Yeah, what time is it?
Here is a replay. Excellent work. Kept her eye on that all the way through, into her hands. Takes the catch and takes the congratulations of her teammates. So 13 required from 14. 6 down. I think even if the rain did start now, they'd see this game through to the finish. So we'll stop all talk of tables and par figures. As the new bat comes out to the middle. With a chance to be hero of the hills. Dot ball. It's getting tight now.
Nuts to Alice.
And another dot ball to finish the over. 13 from 2 overs then. Life scoring, as you can see, just a little bit behind at the moment. I'm sure they'll catch up. I'm sure the scorers have caught up. I'm sure it's something else that's causing the slight delay in that.
23 for 8. That is a 50-50.
Well, the way it stands, they're at 126 already. But Prendergast to finish out her 4-over spell. And this one's played away on the offside, and it's run away to the boundary. They have used the bowler's pace very well there. 4 runs and just 9 more required now. And it very rarely do you see a side come back from that. What a start to the over for the Hills. O'Riordan moving on to 11. And has she made more important runs for the Hills than these? Facing up to all Prendergast now. Nine from 10. Every time one side thinks they're just getting a finger hold on victory, the other side just pull it away. Changing the field now. Strengthening this offside. And it's to the offside it's played. Nineteenth over. Common practice is to bowl your best bowler in the 19th. And Pembroke certainly doing that tonight. Through to Isabel Jennings. Eight deliveries, 9 runs required, 4 wickets in hand. I think the best thing about a wicket from a Pembroke point of view at the moment is that it would be a dot ball. Prendergast forcing the bat onto the back foot, but she plays it with a very straight bat. It is another dot. And now Byrne coming down to have a word with O'Riordan. Last ball of the over. You get the feeling that anything on this at all, and they will be taking a run. And there it is. Jennings lets it through, and that lets O'Riordan get down to the other end. Byrne down to the non-strikers end. And it hasn't worked out for them that way, but in the other way, it's worked out beautifully. They get 4 byes. And suddenly they only need 5 from the last over. And again, it swings from one side to the other. No, there's no super over. It shall be a tie. No matter how many wickets are fallen.
Well, at least it doesn't give the wind less wickets down or something.
Yeah,
stupid.
The way we used to do things and the way things are done now, they're worlds apart. They really are. Right then, Byrne, yet to get off the mark. It's facing with a side needing 5 from the final over to be bowled by Kim Lee McDonald. Big swipe goes through, and that's a dot to start with. What are you trying to do? It's the last over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I just need my arm to be a foot longer.
You want to do a bit of steering this time. Well, we're staying with the static camera. Oh. Bail blows off. Adding to the tension.
It's finally broken.
5 balls remain. 5 are required. Kimberly McDonald starts a run up from the St John's end, comes in, bowls. Big swing, it's an edge, and it's held. It's held just behind points, and it's another wicket. And as I say, the important thing from a Pembroke point of view is it's another dot. Here is the replay of that wicket. It's an unconventional catch, but she does keep her eye on it. It's over the top of the head. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nice catch. 7 down now. Byrne in an attempt to get off the strike. Perishes. And the new bat will have to face Kimberly McDonald, who's now taken 3 for 21 today. I'm guessing that DLS at the end of this over is 137. 136. Into bowl. Big swipe from the bats. Ball goes through to the keeper. Dot ball. Ericsson, it is, who's come in with 4 balls remaining. Now that's down to 3. Still 5 required. Pembroke yet going to pull this one out of the fire. Another one through to the keeper. Dockrell looks at it once or twice. Says there are 2 balls remaining. The Hills at this stage, well, they have to get something off this delivery, one feels. Many thanks to the many of you who have joined us for the conclusion of this game. Just 2 balls remaining. They get through for a leg by, and that means a 4 off the last will mean victory for the Hills. Anything less, they put it in as a dot ball to start with, didn't they? There we go, 4 from 1 delivery. She sets off on her way. Well, just please just pick it up and hold it. And that is the end of the game. And that is a very relieved Pembroke side. Very relieved Pembroke side, who get home by 2 runs. And they've been taken right to the edge here by the Hills, and a fine performance by the Hills. Their top order did a very good job when the game started and Prendergast was on her way. Well, you would have thought there was going to be a massive total for the Hills to chase. There was still a good total, 136. But Pembroke have defended it by 2 runs.
Do your worst.
That's how tight it was at the end. That's how tight it was all the way through. Really close encounter, and the Hills will be pleased with their performance, but not pleased with the result. Well, Pembroke batted first today. Orla Prendergast's 42 being the standout there, although extras made an unwelcome addition as well. Don't like to see that many extras. The Hills, well, 5 of their bowlers each took a wicket, and they bowled quite well. Elise Noble 1 for 17, and Tara O'Brien 1 for 11. She bowled very well for her 3 overs, and Chloe Ericsson 1 for 10. Amy Maguire 1 for 37. That'll be a bit more expensive than she wanted to be, and Jane Maguire wicketless today. So the Hills set off in pursuit of Pembroke's 136, and they did so very well. Dunn and Noble and Maguire and Goff and even O'Riordan got them so close, and they just needed one more hit. Couple of wides, anything. Just 2 runs between the two. Sides at the end. There are the Pembroke figures, and of course, the pick of the bunch, Kim Lee McDonald, 3 for 21, and Zoe Bell, 2 for 20. Few good stands in there for the Hills, but unfortunately for them too, there's a couple of occasions where wickets fell in clumps. Well, that's the end of this week's midweek broadcasts. We'll be back on Saturday with the game against Merion, the first 11 against Merion. And we hopefully will see you then. The fourth 11 are playing here on Sunday, and if somebody's back from their holidays and fancies a run out, then perhaps they might come and sit with Niall on Sunday.
And bring their gear to Subfield.
So, many congratulations to Pembroke. They remain unbeaten and on top of the league. And well played to the Hills, who ran them so close this evening. I think Pembroke might prefer to be chasing again.
You can hit end stream whenever you want, mate.
So thank you to those who tuned in. And as I say, our next stream is liable to be on Saturday.